Madhava Kunja Bihari
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Jaya Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Jayo Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jayo Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe.
Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe.
Jayo Gauranitai 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 Jayo Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
जय कलयुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजाता सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
बंद हो गया।
Mute on.
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone to our weekly Bhagwat Gita class. Thank you for taking out your time and coming to attend this Gita class. We are continuing our discussion from Bhagwat Gita as it is. We are on chapter 6, which is entitled Ashtanga Yoga. In this chapter, Krishna is explaining to Arjun the various limbs of Ashtanga Yoga process. As Bhagavad Gita describes 4 types of yoga: Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. But prominently, all these other yogas, jnana, karma, yoga, they are just mentioned for the sake of making this entire knowledge complete. But the prime focus is on bhakti yoga. And this you will find in every chapter of Bhagwat Gita, where Krishna is telling Arjun, please connect to me, worship me, serve me, offer your respects to me. In this way you'll come to me. So this theme comes always. So as we are continuing our discussion, so we'll continue from verse number 27. So in 26th verse, Krishna describes, wherever the mind goes, bring it back. Yato yato nischalati manasyanchalam asthiram tatastato niyamyaitad atmanyeva vasham nayed. Wherever the mind goes, whenever it goes, bring it back. And focus on the process of this meditation. And for a practicing spiritualist or devotee, he should try to, or she should try to bring the mind back on the various limbs of devotional practices, primarily chanting the names of the Lord. Because that's the time mind goes really fast. And as soon as we take the bead bag in our hand, the mind says, "Aap karo, main ja raha hu. जब हो जाएगी माला तब मैं आऊंगा वापस." So this is a very, very important thing we have to keep in mind. Wherever the mind goes, bring it back. So now in the next verse, Krishna says, if you keep on doing this, what will you get? What is the result of this restraint? Milega kya? What to expect by the practice of spirituality? What all things people expect when they start coming to some spiritual discussions, some spiritual topics they discuss? What they expect out of it? Kya milega? Shanti or happiness, khushi, or
Knowledge.
santushti, and
Knowledge.
knowledge. Will get knowledge. So some people, some people have really weird ideas about spirituality. They feel they'll see some mystical light, or they'll start getting levitated. So one time when Srila Prabhupada was giving classes in the beginning days in 1966-67 in America, one lady comes and says, "Swamiji, when I chant Hare Krishna, I see red light." So Prabhupada said, "Keep chanting, it will go away." So spirituality is nothing mystical, miraculous, चमत्कार होना चाहिए कुछ तो. There is a chair Mataji here. यहाँ पे है एक chair है, इधर बैठ सकते हैं. There is also a chair here. So all the other results which we are expecting by this practice of spirituality, all this when somebody says, there is an aura which will develop, or some light will see. These are all superficial results or external results of practicing of spirituality. The real result of practicing spirituality is described in the next verse, as Krishna will describe. A living entity, all of us, it is described that we have actually rebelled against God. We wanted to enjoy separately from Him. It is a condition, it is a nature of a living being to enjoy. We cannot stay without happiness. We all want to enjoy, but we wanted to enjoy separately from God. So we came here, and then we are given a body, body suitable for enjoyment. A subtle body and then the gross body. Subtle body is made up of mind, intelligence, and ego. The gross body is made up of 5 material elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. And then the living entity starts expressing his desire to enjoy in different ways, tries to explore the world. But unfortunately, he doesn't get the happiness he wants. Even though one tries to enjoy, that's why scriptures say people are actually working for a defeated purpose. Parabhava tavad abodha jato. We will never be successful in this endeavor of getting happiness in this world if we are not connected to Krishna. That is Second chapter, 66th verse, Krishna says that. You can take out that verse. In that, Krishna describes what is the happiness equation. If we want to really be happy, what is the happiness equation we should find wherever we are? 2.66. In this verse, Krishna says, if somebody is not engaging his mind and intelligence in my thoughts, if somebody is not trying to serve me, trying to make me the center of his or her life, it will be very difficult for him to be peaceful. And a person who is not peaceful, how can he be happy? So we'll recite this verse. Naste buddhira yuktasya
Dasya buddhira
nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata shanti
Sacha bhavasya shanti
ashantasya kuta sukham.
Ashantyas kuta kusukam.
Yeah, somebody read the translation. It's not working.
One who is not connected with the Supreme can have neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady mind, without which there is no possibility of peace. And how can there be any happiness without peace?
Yes. So if peace is not there, then happiness can never be there. So this is the happiness equation. First of all, peace should be there. And when peace will come? When we connect ourselves to the supreme reservoir of peace. When our mind and intelligence is connected to the Supreme. Because that Supreme Lord is the powerhouse of peace and satisfaction. We all want different things of this world. And now we have started coming to Krishna consciousness. So we understand that, okay, Krishna is supreme, and if we have some desires of this world, what we should do? Should we ask Krishna, oh Krishna, please fulfill my desires? Or should we not ask? You should not ask.
He already knows what we want.
अच्छा, तो मतलब मैंने नहीं मांगा, आप तो जानते थे ना, बिना मांगे पूरा कर देते. So how many of us will ask the Lord for some material desires? कितने लोग मांगेंगे? कितने लोग नहीं मांगेंगे? और कितने लोग कंफ्यूज हैं? तो भगवान से नहीं मांगेंगे तो किससे मांगेंगे? देवताओं के पास जाएंगे?
भगवान तो खुद ही देंगे ना.
उचित ही है. चलिए, if you have some उचित desire only, still should we ask some devatas or should we ask Krishna? What's the difference?
वो अल्टीमेटली कृष्णा के पास से ही आता है.
Okay, that is the beginning level के आंसर्स हैं ये. थोड़ा भी ऊपर नेक्स्ट लेवल के आंसर्स देने का समय है. हाँ जी. Okay, yes. So what happened?
So, he wanted a kingdom not bigger than his father, bigger than his grandfather, bigger than his forefathers. And that is when he left for forest at the age of 5, and he met Narad Muni, and he started, on the things what his guru taught. And then he got actually the kingdom.
Okay, so you gave a part of the answer. Just like Dhruv Maharaj. So what he asked and what he got. He wanted a kingdom greater than the great grandfather Brahma. And when the Lord appeared in front of him, क्या बोले वो? हाँ जी? Anybody remembers what Dhruva said when Lord was standing right in front of him?
I don't know anything.
I wanted broken pieces of glass and you have given me diamond. स्थानाभिलाषी तपसी स्थितोऽहं त्वां प्राप्तवान् देव मुनीन्द्र गुह्यं काचं विचिन्वन् अपि दिव्यरत्नं स्वामिन् कृतार्थोऽस्मि वरं न याचे. Swamin Kritartha, I am satisfied. I don't want anything of this world. I was asking for broken pieces of glass. So now what happens when we go to the Lord? So Bhagwan diye ki nahi diye? He gave. He gave Dhruva whatever he desired, but along with that, he gave one thing more. He purified his desires. That's a beautiful thing which Krishna does. When we go to him, he gives, but he gives in such a way. There is a verse in Bhagavatam which says, Satyam dishati arthitam arthito ninam. If somebody goes to God and says, oh, I want something material, Lord gives. Naivar tadoyat punararthitam yatah. But he gives in such a way that the devotee will not ask for the same thing again. How he does that? Swayam vidhatte bhajatam. Anybody who worships him, Krishna gives himself also to that devotee. Devotee says, Anichatam. Aap nahi chahiye abhi. Just fulfill my desires, that's all. Krishna says, ऐसा नहीं होता है. 1 + 1 3. I definitely come with my benedictions. And when Lord comes in the life of a devotee, then Ichha Pidhanam Nijapada Pallavam. Devotee understands what to ask. So that's what we are learning here. We are trying to rectify and transform our desires. From desire to enjoy everything for ourselves to a desire to serve the Lord. This transformation is the biggest transformation, because in this whole world people are only asking for what they want. But that never makes a person satisfied, because satisfaction is not an emotion, it is a decision we have to make. It will not come automatically. एक दिन सुबह सुबह उठ के आज संतुष्टि लग रही है, ऐसा नहीं होगा. We have to decide that I will be satisfied with this much. And that is what we are learning here. We are learning to transform our desires. Desire management course चल रहा है. लोग टाइम मैनेजमेंट कोर्स करते हैं, एंगर मैनेजमेंट करते हैं और क्या क्या मैनेजमेंट कोर्स करते हैं. But this is a desire management course going on. We are learning here how to transform our desires, how to manage our desires. How many of us feel that I can handle my desires? है कोई? Nobody? किसी को नहीं लगता कि नहीं. So that means we are at the right place. We are learning how to handle our desires. The desires, they never go. Desire is the most chaste wife, never leaves. Tasha Masha Maha Sadhvi, बहुत साध्वी है वो. She never leaves. Hunger, thirst, they all go. You eat, you drink, it will go away for some time. Again it will come after some time. But desire never leaves. Desires are always there. So therefore, Krishna is telling in this verse what to expect by the practice of Krishna consciousness. What to expect by meditating on the Lord. We'll recite that 27th verse. Prashantamanasam hyenam yoginam sukhamuttamam upaiti shantarajasam brahma bhutam akalmasham. Translation, somebody can read.
The yogi whose mind is fixed on me verily attains the highest perfection of transcendental happiness. He is beyond the mode of passion. He realizes his qualities, identity with the Supreme, and thus he is freed from all reactions to past deeds.
Prashanta manasam, when the mind is completely shant. Prashant means prakrishta rupena shant, completely peaceful. An example is given how the mind is peaceful, like a lamp in the windless space, doesn't waver. That is the quality of the controlled mind. And what is uncontrolled mind? An example was given. Monkey, drunk, bitten by scorpion, haunted by ghost. कैसा रहेगा? शांत बैठेगा नहीं. मर्कटस्य सुरापाणम मध्ये वृश्चिक दंशनम तन्मध्ये भूत संचारो यद्वा तद्वा भविष्यति. मर्कटस्य सुरापाणम, उसको पिला उसने पी लिया थोड़ा, पानी नहीं. Then मध्ये वृश्चिक दंशनम, then he is bitten by a scorpion. तन्मध्ये भूत संचारो, haunted by ghost. Then what will happen? Nobody can predict what this monkey will do. So uncontrolled mind is like that monkey. Nobody knows how it will behave. But prashant manasam, this yogi, his mind is completely peaceful, shant. And this person whose mind is peaceful, yoginam sukham uttamam. He attains the highest perfection of transcendental happiness. Sukham uttamam. I think in the last class, Gopinath Chandra Prabhu was describing the various levels of happiness. Happiness one gets by getting the things of this world. Then happiness we get by when we are with our friends and relatives at the emotional level. And the highest is, I think he told about the purpose, the life of purpose. So various levels of happiness are there, but the highest level of happiness one attains when his mind is fixed on the Lord. Upayati Shant Rajasam. There are three modes of material nature: Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun. We are always influenced by these three modes. Every moment we can be influenced by three modes. Even while doing a Sattvaguni activity, we can be influenced by a Rajoguni activity immediately. Tamoguni activity immediately. We have experience in the Gita classes. As we are sitting and class chalti ja rahi hai, to some people they go to easy journey to other planets. Tamogun comes, and if somebody is sitting peacefully, हिल भी नहीं रहे हैं, एकदम शांति से बैठे हैं, तो क्या हो सकता है? सो नहीं रहे, सोने की तैयारी कर रहे हैं. So upayati shant rajasam. This person, this yogi is beyond the mode of passion. And in this way, he identifies qualitatively with the Supreme. So Supreme Lord, he is beyond the modes. He never gets affected by Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun. We get affected. And this condition is called as Brahma Bhuta. Kaun sa bhoot?
Brahma Bhut.
Brahma Bhoot. Prabhupada writes in the purport, Brahma Bhoot is a state of being free from material contamination and is situated in the transcendental service of the Lord. So this verse describes when we deal with the mind properly, then what to expect. When the mind becomes completely focused, never wavers. So this is a verse which describes the perfection. A person who has attained the perfection of spiritual practice. His mind is focused. Far way to go, but this is what is in store for us. We should know what we will get. That keeps us going. What's in it for me? Milega kya? By doing all the practice of chanting, attending Gita classes, attending festivals, so many other things, yatras, what we will get? This verse is the conclusion. Upayati Shant Rajasam. How many of you have interacted with some people? They are like chatterbox. And they feel that. How do you deal with such people? When you find some people वो रुकते ही नहीं है. Experience है किसी को ऐसे लोगों से? If somebody sitting in that alley, you can come and sit here in front. How to deal with such people who keep on speaking, never stop? Even if you don't like, they'll keep on speaking. Any thoughts?
Walk away.
Ignore or
Walk away.
walk away. Spend less time. They'll steal your time. They'll say, आप रुकिए, बहुत कुछ बोलना है मेरे को. So the easiest way is neglect. When we neglect them, then because if you give a little hint that you are attentive to what they are speaking, then they'll keep on speaking more. That's what we have to do with our mind. Mind is also speaking whole day. And we can't run away from this mind. We can run away from people. We can walk away. But we can't walk away from our mind. So what we have to do is learn to neglect. How to neglect our mind? It is not so easy, because to run away and neglect a person is easy. But how to neglect the mind? That is a training we have to do. And the easiest way first is to, don't focus on what the mind says, but more important is try to focus on something positive. Try to focus on something more absorbing. And that is Krishna. More attractive. Then the mind will become little more silent. And when we are meditating on the Lord, when we are chanting the names of the Lord, meditating on the names of the Lord, there are few things which come. For sure they will come. First thing we'll experience is we'll feel satisfaction. By the practice of spirituality, we feel satisfied because we start seeing things in right perspective. We understand the glamour of this world. We learn to go beyond the veil of illusion, how this world is speaking such a great lie. What is the reality? As Srila Prabhupada would say always that if somebody is wearing a red glass, the world will appear red. Green glass, the world will be green. So we have to put out the specs which the world wants to put on us. Don't use that specs and learn to see the world through the eyes of scriptures. And that is called as Shastra Chakshu. Make the scriptures your vision. So then we'll see the world in right perspective, and that is the first thing. Prashanta Manasam. The mind will become satisfied and peaceful. It is like reaching a desert, oasis in a desert. Because it is so very difficult to be peaceful in this world. Anything, small thing goes wrong and the mind becomes disturbed. But we have heard previously many times that when the mind is full of that wonderful emotions for Krishna, when we are understanding the process of Krishna consciousness, the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, then the things of this world, they don't trouble us. We may get disturbed, but will quickly come back to the normal state. So a mature devotee is defined by how quickly he or she can come back to the normal state of life. How quickly one can come to the state where he is not disturbed by the things of the world. Our response changes. But for new people, for those who have started practicing, it takes them long time to come back to the normal state. But for the advanced practitioners, it is very easy for them to come back to the original state, peaceful state. And that is what is described. Prashanta Manasam. This devotee, he is peaceful. And Yoginam Sukhamuttamam. And this person, he rises above the normal problems of this world. And the third thing which comes is purification. He becomes purified. Prabhupada writes. So it is a state of being free from material contamination. That is Brahma Bhutam Akalmasham. So in the previous verses we saw that a yogi, what he should do? He should meditate on the tip of the nose or in the middle of the eyebrows. He will not be disturbed by the attractions of this world. It is little peaceful, but it is not purifying yet. The mind will become peaceful. It is like if there is a bucket full of water and lots of dirt is there. If the water is not getting stirred, so it looks little peaceful, shant, but still the contamination is there. Till the time that contamination is not removed, so till that time we cannot say the mind is now clean. So the process of chanting the names of the Lord, it purifies the mind of all the contaminations. One time somebody was asking Prabhupada, one devotee, that Prabhupada, that we have done so many sinful activities in this life or maybe in the past life. So how much time it will take for us to get purified of those sinful reactions? This is a very valid question. भाई अभी तो नहीं कर रहे हैं आगे पिछले वाले. Whatever sinful activities we have done in the past, what about them? How much time it will take for us to be purified of those sinful activities? Srila Prabhupada said, it will take only 1 minute. So this devotee was surprised. Prabhupada said, 1 minute? Don't you have faith? Don't you have read Bhagwat Gita? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. Now it looks very far out. Just by taking to spirituality, all our sinful reactions are gone. Actually, that is the truth. You have heard the story of Ajamil? How sinful he was. You have heard about Jagai Madhai? How sinful were they? And just by chanting the names of the Lord, they got purified. Just by receiving the mercy of the Lord, they got purified immediately. Only one thing is required: faith in this process. This is a very, very powerful process we are practicing. Only thing which is needed is faith. Faith sometimes doesn't make sense, it makes miracles. Only thing we have to hold on to is faith. The pure faith that I will only go to the Lord for all my desires, all my problems. I'll not go to anyone else. So that is how one gets gradually purified of the desires also. Sins are gone, but the sinful tendency and the desires, they take some time. There is a verse which describes that whatever sinful reactions which are stored in our account, they are all destroyed gradually. Aprarabdha phalam papam kutam bijam phalonmukham kramenaiva praliyeta vishnu bhakti radatmana. Aprarabdha, some reactions which are manifesting. Somebody is sick, having some disease, that is the result of some previous sinful activity. That is prarabdha, it is manifesting. Aprarabdha, there is something which is stored, it is yet to come. And there is something called as bija. Bij means the seed of that sinful reaction, which will fructify in due course. And then kuta, kut means the sinful desire. This verse says kramenaiva praliyeta. All these things, they gradually are destroyed just by chanting the names of the Lord. So that is the power of spiritual practices which we are doing. And therefore, if we want to purify the mind, we have to take shelter of this process actively by repeatedly and regularly, sincerely chanting the names of the Lord, which is the most difficult thing. बाकी सब कुछ करने के लिए बोलिए ना, बोलिए चैंटिंग ना, ये बस थोड़ा सा नहीं रहेगा ना, then life will be fun. But that is the most important thing. Although we may not like it, we may say सब कुछ अच्छा है. Just like one devotee many years back, he started staying in temple, and then after a few years he said, I'm going, I can't stay in temple, बहुत हो गया. So he was asked, क्या हो गया, what's the problem? सब ठीक ही है. कुछ किसी ने बोल दिया, नहीं, their people are all good. So what's the problem? बस आपका मंगल आरती ना जो 5 बजे है ना, वो आप 9 बजे कर देंगे ना, then everything is good. So people, they don't want rules and regulations. Prabhupada writes in one purport, one translation, regulative principles of freedom. They look oxymoron. Regulation and freedom, they look completely opposite. Regulation means no freedom. But Prabhupada is writing regulative principles of freedom. We can really do wonders when we are following some rules and regulations. So this process of chanting, it is really a powerful process, provided we do it properly. But if we are just doing it for the sake of doing it, बस इतना हर क्लास में सुनते हैं तो प्रभु जी भी क्या याद करेंगे, थोड़ा कर लेते हैं, अदरवाइज प्रभु जी पूछेंगे तो फिर क्या बोलेंगे. In the beginning few months or years, our stage is I am told to do it. Then after few months, I have to do it. Then after some more time, I want to do it. Then after some more time, what will be the stage?
I must do it.
I like to do it. And then last is, I love to do it. So we have to introspect and tell ourselves, where are we? I am told to do it or want और like love तो बहुत दूर की बात है. Love means you are not getting sleep thinking that chanting करना है सुबह उठ के, नींद नहीं आ रही है. I'm so very excited. That is a really far out stage. So this process of chanting which we are doing, it is a very, very powerful process. And it is the only process which purifies the mind. So the last word is Brahma Bhutam Akalmasham. The Atma gets purified of the contaminations of the heart. That is the process of chanting. When we chant the names of the Lord, then one really gets purified. Slowly, gradually it happens. It doesn't happen very quickly. Yes, Prabhuji, you have a question.
Prabhuji, this, you will equate this with mukti when you're talking about liberation?
Sound कहाँ से आ रही है? इससे आ रहा है? Yes, Prabhuji, sorry.
I said this liberation that you're talking about in this,
Yes.
equate this with mukti?
Yes, you can equate this with mukti. But this person is still in this world. Mukti is not just when we leave this body. Mukti can also be when we are still living in this body. That is called as Jivan Mukta. Iha yasya hareerdasya karmana manasa gira nikilashvapi avasthasu Jivan Mukta sauchyate. Jivan Mukta means he is there in this world living, but still he is beyond the effects of the three modes of material nature. That is what is described in the 14th chapter, second last verse. Please take out. So that is the stage of a person who is liberated. He is there in this world living, but still he is liberated being. He is not affected by the three modes and he is connected with the Lord. Yeah? 14.26. Mam Chayo.
माम चयो.
We'll recite this. Mam Chayo Avyabhicharena Bhakti Yogena Sevate
Bhakti Yogena Sevate
Sagunan Samatityaitan Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate.
Brahma Bhutaya Kalmate.
Translation, somebody read. Yeah, somebody. It's not working. Can read loudly. Try karo.
Line in.
Try karo.
Hello.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman.
Brahman नहीं Brahman. Brahman और Brahman में थोड़ा अंतर है. Brahma means the effulgence of the Lord. Or Brahma means the stage where one is not affected by the three modes. And Brahmana means a person who following the Brahmanical principles. Okay, so this is the state we are expecting. While living in this world, we can be in this situation. And we have heard about such great souls. We may have seen some great souls who are living in this world but not affected by the things of this world. It's like Srila Prabhupada was like that, a pure devotee. Even in the last stages of his life, just few days, he is not eating since months, and still he is translating the commentaries of Bhagwatam, and his intelligence is crystal clear. If we don't eat or drink for one day, अभी निर्जल एकादशी आ रही है, 25 जून, नंबर भी याद है, डेट याद है. So we get disturbed, we can't function properly, कब खत्म होगा, कब पानी पिएंगे. But a pure devotee who is beyond these modes of nature, he is completely unaffected. So that is the state of Mukta Jiva, liberated soul. So this is one condition of a liberated soul. So this meditation, it is not just the absence of thoughts. It is about presence of divine thoughts. Meditation doesn't mean that we have to be free from all the thoughts. Just like voidists. There are some people who say we have to be free from all the thoughts. Is it possible? Can we be free from any thought? That is also a thought. To be free from thought is also a thought. Just like creating a vacuum. How long we can maintain a vacuum? It is very difficult to maintain a vacuum. So to be free from any desires, to be free from any thoughts, that is not possible. What is real desirelessness? Srila Prabhupada writes in second chapter, 70th verse purport, 71st verse purport. Prabhupada writes, what is real desirelessness? Somebody can find out that line in the purport. Second chapter, 71st verse, somewhere in the middle of the purport, Prabhupada writes, what is real desirelessness? Vihaya Kaman Yas Sarvan na shlok 2.71. उसमें प्रभुपाद लिखते हैं कहीं पे बीच में, देखिए मिल गया. रियल डिजायरलेसनेस. हाँ माइक प्लीज, माइक ले लीजिए. हाँ ओके.
Real desirelessness is the desire for the satisfaction of Krishna, not for an artificial attempt to abolish desire.
Yes. So if we want to satisfy the desires of Krishna, that is real desirelessness. We can't say I will not have any desires. That is impossible. If we desire to serve the Lord, that is real desirelessness. Otherwise, any other desire will bind us in this world. Either you work to get heaven or you work to get liberated. Mukti, Jnanis, Brahman, that is also desire. The devotee is not interested in any of this material desire. Not even going to heaven. स्वर्ग जाना है किसी को? नहीं जाना है ना अभी तो. कुछ महीनों पहले पूछा था तो कुछ लोग हाँ, अभी नहीं जाना है ना किसी को. थैंक यू. जाना भी है तो हाथ में उठाइए. Because we have learnt here so many times that even if you go to heaven, Shine Punya Martya Lokam Vishanti, again you have to come back here. So why to go to a place which is temporary? Try to go to a place which is permanent. That is the more intelligent person. And that's the path of Krishna consciousness. So because that condition makes the mind peaceful. Even in the midst of all the difficult situations, one becomes peaceful. And one such story we'll be discussing today. The story of, this is a story which is very, very interesting. It comes in the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagwatam. This story has many, many characters. And it has many lessons for a practicing spiritualist. How to deal with people. How to handle the problems. What to expect when calamities come. How to respond. So many wonderful things. The story starts in heaven. Indra is sitting in his assembly. And he's surrounded by all the devtas, big devtas. You name it and they were there. Indra is surrounded by Chandra, Varuna, Surya, Shani, all the devtas, the wind, Vayudev. Everybody is there. Apsaras are there. Gandharvas are there. All the celestial denizens are there. And what are they doing? They are all glorifying Indra. They are all praising Indra. Indra, he is not an ordinary person. He is Indra Tribhuvan Aishwarya. He had the wealth of all the three worlds. And he was surrounded by people who are glorifying him. Can anyone tell me what will be the situation of, what will be the mental state of a person who is wealthy, powerful, surrounded by people who are equally powerful but glorifying him? Constantly glorifying him. What will be the mental state of this Indra? Ego. Indra Tribhuvan Aishwarya Mad Ullanghit Satpataha. Mada means pride. He was so proud. What happened? One day, Brihaspati, who is Brihaspati? He is the guru of all the devtas. He enters the assembly. So what everybody should do? Stand up and offer respects. Indra, he saw that Brihaspati is coming. It is not that he didn't see. He saw Brihaspati is coming, but he thought ये तो रोज ही आते हैं. आज नहीं खड़े होंगे. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? You know, because every day we are offering respects. One day, ठीक है, चलता है. Familiarity breeds contempt. When we are with people, when we are with devotees, slowly we start knowing each other, right? We start knowing their faults. We know each other, ये तो ऐसे हैं, ये प्रभु जी तो ऐसे हैं, ये माता जी तो ऐसी हैं, इनकी चैंटिंग तो रात के 12 बजे तो हो जाती है खींच खींच के, और ये सेवा में लास्ट में आते हैं, और ये तो पहले भाग जाते हैं. We know everything about everyone. Familiarity. And that familiarity generally breeds contempt if you are not careful. Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he was telling once that familiarity breeds contempt when Krishna is not in the center. When we start comparing with ourselves. मैं इतना सेवा कर रहा हूँ मालूम है, ये देखो, ये तो सेवा ही नहीं करते हैं, ये देखो, ये तो खाली प्रसाद लेके चले जाते हैं, ये देखो, he is not getting any people, I am getting new people. Anything we can be proud of. As it is said, a beggar is also proud of his penny. वो दादर के बेगर भी बोलते हैं मेरा ये वाला ब्रिज मेरा है, हाँ? They are also proud. So nobody can say that I will not be proud because I don't have anything much. Indra, he had the wealth of entire universe. So it is natural, right? He'll be proud. But devata hai, it doesn't suit them. Brihaspati, he noted this. And without saying anything, he left. He didn't say anything, he didn't chastise Indra ki bhai ye kya hai ye, you don't know etiquettes. Vaishnava etiquettes, they are devotees. Vaishnava etiquette means when we come in association of devotees, we offer respects to each other. There is a mantra we also chant. Anyone knows? Pranam mantra for Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. This verse says devotees are like Kalpataru. Kalpataru में रहने वाले तो बोल ही सकते हैं, हम Kalpataru वासी हैं. So Vancha Kalpataru Kripa Sindhu, they are the oceans of mercy. They can deliver fallen people. So we should offer respects to other devotees thinking like this. They should not feel मेरे बारे में सुना नहीं क्या बोला प्रभु जी ने, प्रणाम नहीं किया आपने मेरे को. So we should always be having this understanding that devotees, they can free us from the sinful reactions, sinful desires, by giving us the desire to chant. So Brihaspati left, and because Indra, he offended Brihaspati, they lost their powers. All the devatas, they lost their power. Blessings are really powerful. Sometimes we ask somebody, please give your blessings, please pray for me. But when we tell somebody, they may pray also, they may give blessings also. But can anyone tell me when that prayer and blessing will really come from heart? Any thoughts? Yes? When we serve that person, or we have pleased that person, or we have pleased devotees by our services, then that blessing will come from heart. Otherwise, ठीक है, प्रार्थना कर भी देंगे. So that is very important. So Indra ultimately, he offended and he lost his power. And demons, they served their guru. Who was the guru of demons? Shukracharya. And because they served their guru nicely, they became powerful. They attacked the devatas, and devatas were royally defeated. They ran to Brahma. Oh Brahmaji, please save us. Brahmaji chastised them first. You fools, you don't know, you disrespected your guru. Is it the right way to speak? Is it the right way to behave in front of your guru? What we should do, we know we have made a mistake. Can we do something now? So Brahma says, okay, you go to this person, his name is Vishwarupa. And this Vishwarupa, he is a very, very powerful Brahman. He will help you. But he has one problem. He is connected to demons also and devatas also. His mother was from the demon side, and father was from the Brahmanas, Devtas side. So just tolerate his partiality. Sometimes he may do something for the demons also. Please tolerate that. So Indra said, okay, chalega. They went and asked Vishwarup, can you please become our guru? And Vishwarup, he kindly accepted it. And then Vishwarup taught Indra and all the Devtas a very, very powerful mantra that is called as Narayana Kavacha. That is a very powerful mantra to protect our body. If anybody is interested, it is there in the 6th canto, around 10th or 11th chapter, Narayana Kavacha. Very powerful mantras. Indra became really powerful. And he attacked all the Devtas, all the demons, and defeated all the demons. One day, Indra came to offer respects to Vishwarup. And what Vishwarup was doing, he was loudly chanting mantras and offering oblations in fire in the name of Devtas. Om Indraya Swaha, Om Agnaye Swaha, Om Varunaya Swaha. He was offering, and silently he was offering mantras for the demons also. Om Shambharaya Swaha, Uprachitte Swaha. Rakshasons ke naam bhi leke. Indra, he was told by Brahma, please tolerate his partiality. Indra became so angry. This Vishwarup had 3 heads. Indra, in anger, he cut off the 3 heads of Vishwarup. Guru Hatya. Guru Hatya, Brahman Hatya. And because of the sin of killing a Brahmana, Indra was afflicted, and then he did some tapasya, and then ultimately he was free of that. But father of Vishwarup, his name was Twashta, he became really angry that my son was killed by this Indra. I will create a demon who will kill Indra. And he started chanting mantras. Interestingly, in the Vedic mantras are really strict. Not like Hare Krishna mantra. You can chant anyway, anywhere, anytime. कैसे भी chanting कर सकते ना हरे कृष्ण मंत्र. लेट के, बैठ के, चलते चलते, no restrictions. One time one of our devotee, he was giving a class in a students base center tha. And he was telling that, when you sit and chant, Krishna is so happy, he stands and listens. When you stand and chant, Krishna is so happy, he starts dancing. And when you dance and chant, Krishna goes into ecstasy and faints sometimes. So therefore, please chant properly. So after this class, one student, he is lying down and chanting. तो उसके फ्रेंड आके बोलते हैं कुछ तो शर्म कर, अभी क्लास सुन के आया है, क्या कर रहा है ये? बोल रहे प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी आप मेरा भाव नहीं समझ रहे. क्या नहीं समझ रहे भाई, कौन सा भाव है तेरा? प्रभु जी ने क्या बोला? When you sit and chant, Krishna stands and listens, right? So if I'll sleep and chant, Krishna will sit and listen, ना? कृष्णा को क्यों इतना परेशानी देना है? So although we can chant anyhow, chant anyway, but still we should try our best to chant in an attentive way. That is a very, very important thing. Other mantras are not like that. So this Twashta, he wanted to create a demon who will kill Indra. Indra, Shatru. But he chanted the mantra in little different tune. Tone थोड़ा गलत हो गया बस. Words भी नहीं, tone. हम लोग कैसा बोलते हैं ना, कुछ लोग तो अलग अलग मंत्र ही बोलते हैं. हरे कृष्णा, कृष्ण कृष्ण, हरे हरे, हरे लाम, लामा लामा, हरे हरे. भगवान ना भावग्राही है, अच्छा है भावग्राही है, समझ जाते हैं भाई मेरा ही नाम ले रहा है, किसी और का नाम नहीं ले रहा है. Some people can't chant Ram. कुछ लोग रामा बोलते हैं, कुछ लोग रामो बोलते हैं. One time Gauranga Prabhu, he was in jail, not for preaching, he was there. He went for a class in jail. And as he was sitting and audience का introduction, so वहाँ का जेलर बोलता है, ये जो बैठा ना सामने, 5 खून, वो 12 मर्डर, 10 रेप, ये 16 मल्ला करके आया है. तो 12 बोले 17 मैं हूँ क्या, बोलूं कि नहीं बोलूं. बोलिए आप टेंशन मत लीजिए, ये लोग सब अभी कुछ नहीं करते हैं. So Gauranga Prabhu was giving a class and he says, when you chant Hare Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, he chanted. And Gauranga Prabhu, after this class was over, one prisoner comes and says, Swamiji, I have a question. So Gauranga Prabhu jailer को बोले, ये कौन है? बोले 20 खून. तो बोले आप ये रामो क्यों बोलते हो, राम है ना. तो गौरव से डायरेक्ट तू आम बोलो या आमो बोलो, बात तो वही है ना, खाने में तो उतना ही टेस्ट आएगा. So whether you chant Ramo or Ram, the effect is same. Krishna is bhavagrahi. That is the power of chanting, and that is the leniency Krishna has shown when it comes to his names. Anyway, anyhow, anywhere you chant. But other mantras are not like that. So this Twashta, he chanted mantra in a little different tone and came out from that Yagya Kund, a very, very powerful demon. He was so big that he was covering the entire sky. That's why he was called as Vritra Asur. Anybody has heard this name? Vritra Asur?
कृष्णा ने मां
कृष्णा नहीं, ये अलग है. वो वृक्कासुर अलग है, भस्मासुर अलग है, ये अलग है. Vritrasur. Vritra means one who covered everything. Such a big demon. He had a big trident in his hand, black body. His eyes were really big. He had golden ornaments all over his body. And he was touching the sky. And he was roaring loudly. And as he appeared, he knew the purpose of his appearance. He started attacking. He went and straight forward attacked Indra and all the Devtas. And Devtas could not do anything because Indra offended his guru. पहले किसको अपराध किया? बृहस्पति. Second offense, Vishwarupa killed him. Again became helpless. When we come to association of devotees, one very, very important thing to understand is Vaishnava Aparadh. Not to offend another spiritual practitioner by any way. By our words, by our actions, by our thoughts. It is not about a person being right or wrong. A person in front may be wrong, but do we have the right to correct that person? That is very important. Spirituality is about being more and more sensitive. That is the difference between a spiritualist and outsider. A spiritualist is really sensitive to details, never ever offending anybody. It is described that there are two kinds of offense. One is called as dhuli lep, other is called as vajra lep. Two kinds of actions. One is sin, other is offense. What is sin? Ordinary pap. Offense? Aparadh. Which is more dangerous?
अपराध
Any thoughts?
अपराध
It is described that ordinary pap, it is like dhuli lep. If you write something on the sand, how much time it will take to erase it? And if you write something on the stone, how much time it will take to erase it? It will be really difficult. So when we offend a spiritual practitioner by our words, by our thoughts, by our actions, it is really difficult to advance in spirituality. So that is really, really important thing. It is called as Matta Hati. Have you any of you have seen a mad elephant anytime in your life? In videos, movies, में देखे mad elephant. If somebody has made a garden for last 20 years, putting all the hard work, allow just one mad elephant in that garden, what will happen? Within few moments, entire garden will be destroyed. Similarly, we may be chanting and practicing spiritual life since last few years. If we offend a devotee, Krishna never likes it. As it is, if it is a normal, natural thing. If somebody gives some bad words to your children, आपको कुछ नहीं करेंगे. So two scenarios. If somebody gives bad words to you or to your children, which will hurt you more? Natural, है ना? So devotees are also children of God. Krishna likes and loves his devotees more. So we should be very, very careful. We should not think, ये devotee है क्या? मैं इनसे पहले से chanting कर रहा हूँ मालूम है. And I am chanting 16 rounds also. ये कितना करते हैं? एक माला. देखो, ये थोड़ी ना devotee हो गए. Whether somebody is chanting 1 round or 16 rounds or 64 rounds. Everybody is a devotee in the eyes of Lord. The gradations of devotee may be different. Still, very careful about how we deal with each other. Indra lost his power again. And this Vritrasura started destroying all the demons, all the devtas. Again, all the devtas, they ran back to Brahmaji. And Brahmaji, he took them to Lord Vishnu this time. Because he said, now I also can't do anything. Lord Vishnu, he told them. He also chastised Indra. And he said, okay, I'll give you a solution. You go to a great sage. His name is Dadhichi. How many of you have heard this name, Dadhichi? Suna hai Dadhichi. The great sage, Dadhichi. And you ask this sage his bones. That means, asking bone means telling him to die. And you make a weapon from the bones of this great Dadhichi, and that will be called as Vajra, thunderbolt. And that Vajra will destroy this Vritrasur. So Indra and all the Devtas, they go to Dadhichi. And they say, oh great sage, can you please give your bones? It's a long discussion. Ultimately, Dadhichi gives his bones. That means he leaves his body by the process of Ashtanga Yoga. He attains the supreme destination of the Lord. And then Indra, along with Vishwakarma, he makes weapon, Vajra. And with this Vajra, now they are attacking Vritrasur. And Vritrasur, he is so very powerful. As these Devtas now are attacking Vritrasur and all the demons, they are shooting hundreds of arrows. They have all the different types of weapons with them. They are shooting all the weapons. But now Indra has Vajra. He is destroying these weapons. And they started destroying the demons. All the Devtas are more powerful now with this weapon. All the demons start running away. And Vritrasur, he starts chastising these demons. Why are you running away from the battlefield? 2 types of death are glorious. If somebody is a great devotee of the Lord, he leaves his body, his death is glorious. He goes to the spiritual world. And if somebody dies on the battlefield, his death is glorious. He achieves heaven, Swarga. That's what Krishna told Arjuna, right, in the first chapter. If you win, you will stay here and enjoy. If you die, you will go to heaven and enjoy. But these demons are not listening. They are still running away. And these devtas, what they are doing? They are attacking these demons from behind. So Vritrasura started chastising devtas now. He says, all these demons, they are useless. But why are you attacking them from behind? You are also not doing the right thing. You stand and fight with me. And then he starts chastising all the Devatas. And Dhritarashtra is so powerful. He started destroying the Devatas. And Devatas, they are fainting just by the roaring of Dhritarashtra. That's how Dhritarashtra was. Very, very powerful. And then ultimately Indra, he had a club in his hand. He didn't use his Vajra first, he used his club. He threw that club, and this Dhritarashtra was such a huge demon. In front of him, his club, Indra's club, was the size of the finger of Dhritarashtra. He very quick, without any endeavor, he caught that club and threw it on Airavata. Airavata is the carrier of Indra. And that club hit Airavat and broke the mouth of Airavat. Blood started coming out from Airavat's mouth. Airavat was thrown 14 yards back. And Indra was shocked. Now Indra cured Airavat by his mystical hands, and they are standing silently. Indra and Airavat, they are not able to fight back. And then Dhritarashtra, he says, Indra, what are you doing? You don't have faith in this weapon of Vishnu? Dhritarashtra is giving lecture to Indra. That you don't have faith in the weapon of Vishnu? You throw thunderbolt. If you throw this thunderbolt, I will die. I will go to spiritual world and you will get heaven. It is victory for both of us. Win-win situation. And hearing this, Indra starts thinking, इसमें demon कौन है और देवता कौन है? This Dhritarashtra has more faith in Vishnu than me. Anyone knows who is Dhritarashtra in his past life? Any of you have heard the story? No. How many of you have heard the story of Chitraketu? Chitraketu की story नहीं सुनी है. Chitraketu had he desired a son. And after many endeavors, he got a son. His name was given Harsha Shoka. The small child was, because he had many wives, and one wife gave birth to a son. Other wives became envious because Chitraketu was giving more attention to one wife. Then they poisoned this son. And then ultimately Narad Muni came. He pacified and gave instructions to Chitraketu. Chitraketu started worshipping Lord Sankarshan. Sankarshan is Lord Anantashesh. He became great devotee. One day, as Chitraketu is flying in his airplane, he saw on the Kailash Lord Shiva and Parvati sitting, and Lord Shiva is giving discourse to all the great sages on renunciation, with Parvati sitting on the lap of Lord Shiva. वैराग्य पे लेक्चर चल रहा है, बगल में पार्वती बैठी है, and Lord Shiva has put hand on the shoulder of Parvati. So this Chitraketu, when he saw this, he smiled, and Lord Shiva didn't mind, but Parvati became angry. That is a chaste wife. If somebody says anything to husband or laughs at husband, she becomes angry. She cursed Chitraketu that you are behaving like a demon, you become a demon. So that Chitraketu, who was a great devotee of the Lord, he became Dhritarashtra. So Indra, he's not throwing this thunderbolt. And Dhritarashtra is giving lecture to Indra. Indra, what are you doing? You don't have faith in the weapon of Vishnu. This weapon is given by Lord Vishnu, and this weapon is empowered by the strength of Dadichi's austerities. You throw this weapon, it will surely have effect. I will not destroy this weapon like your club, don't worry. And Indra is not able to accept this. And then Dhritarashtra, he thought this Indra always thinks in terms of material way. Then he offered beautiful prayers to the Lord, and he again started fighting with Indra. And then ultimately Indra, he threw his thunderbolt. He cut off Vritrasur's one hand. Still Vritrasur is not dead. With his mouth, he swallowed Indra along with his Aravat. Now Indra is gone, it seems. But all the Devtas, they are crying, they are wailing, Indra is gone. But Indra is not dead because he is protected by that armor. Anyone remembers the name of that Kavacha? Narayan Kavacha. So Indra, as now he is in the abdomen of Vritrasur. And Vritrasur is thinking, now I have killed Indra. I have done my job. He meditates on the Lord and he leaves his body. He is in Samadhi. He left his body. He went to a spiritual world. Indra tore apart the abdomen of Vritrasur, came out, and he started cutting off the head of Vritrasur. And that's how he killed. Practically, he was killing a dead body only. So this is a wonderful story where Vritrasur, who was looking like a demon, but he was actually a devotee. And because he had faith in the Lord. And here is Indra, who is a Devata. He didn't have faith in the Lord's weapon. So that's how one should not judge people based on the externals. What is the devotional level of a devotee? You should never judge. So that's how this wonderful story of Vritrasur describes a person who is in the most difficult situation, born as a demon, but still he has a devotional consciousness. So we may be thinking that, my family is not supporting, my colleagues are not supporting, they are not practicing spirituality. And how will I practice spirituality? How can I chant? How can I maintain the devotional standards? There is only one thing missing in us, that is desire. If we have desire, Krishna will definitely give us intelligence. That is what Krishna says in the 10th chapter, 10th verse. And we'll end with this. Please take out that. 10th chapter, 10th verse. Only thing which is required is sincere desire to practice spirituality. And if we have that, then Krishna will give us the intelligence. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Translation, somebody?
To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
Okay. So only thing which is required is a sincere desire, and then when we are practicing regularly, being grateful for whatever we have in our life. Kritagya tam sukharadhyam rijubhi ananya sharanairbhir kritagya konu seveta duraradhyam asadubhi. Only a wicked person is ungrateful. A person who is saintly is always grateful for whatever somebody does to him or her. So that gratitude is a very important quality. Sincerity and seriousness is very much required to advance in spiritual life. Okay, so with this I'll stop here. Anybody has any questions? Yes, Prabhu.
I had read about that Chitraketu, those two stories which you said about the wives being jealous and that son who will be the cause of joy and sorrow, and the story of being cursed, but I was not able to relate. Was it about the same Chitraketu?
Same Chitraketu. Yes.
Yeah, I was going to ask that same question, but you. So they are the like instances from his life.
Yes. First, he was not a practicing devotee as such. He was an ordinary king, great pious king. Then, because of this incident, ultimately, by the help of Narad Muni, instructions of Narad Muni, he became a devotee. That's what happens many times in our lives. Some difficult situations bring us closer to God. So that's what happened in the life of Chitraketu. He became a devotee. He worshipped Lord Sankarshan. and he got such wonderful results and benedictions. So much so that he became actually a denizen or a citizen of Gandharva Loka, Vidyadhar Loka. He had his own plane and he was enjoying life with his wives and everybody. And that's how one day, as he is moving around in his plane, he was on the Kailash and he saw this scene.
Okay, so the cursing part comes
Later.
Okay.
So that's how he was cursed. Any other questions anybody has? Sankarshan is one of the expansions of Lord Vishnu. Yeah. Vishnu, and he is actually technically the source of Ananta Shesha, the Sheshnag who is there on the head of Lord Vishnu. That is Sankarshan.
Balram ji.
We can say Balramji, but it is Balramji who expands as Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. From Balramji only all these four personalities they come. Krishna is the source of Balram. From Balramji comes Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, the first four avatars. Then from the Sankarshan of this four, another four people come. Again Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. From the second Sankarshan comes Vishnu. So that is the hierarchy of avatars. Okay.
Okay, just wanted to ask you regarding basically a little away from what we discussed today. So we have one of my close friends and we were discussing, but we were running together, so I couldn't talk much. So he was very much on science and spirituality. So he was very strong that that scientists are only having knowledge till last 10,000 years, because the carbon dating and the fossils are showing only those kind of signs, and earlier there were, you know, all these footprints of whatever dinosaurs, blah 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 and everything. So I don't want to hear anything from the sage's mouth or what your sadhus or anybody is saying. Tell me what science says about the Lord and about the connect we have and something. So many people may have that doubt that how to explicitly explain somebody who talks only on scientific basis of you know spirituality.
Okay, this is a very common question. How to explain somebody who is a scientific, having scientific background? How to explain that we are not reading mythology, we are reading facts. So it is the basic question. First we should ask, do you put faith in the scientists? Of course I put faith. Have scientists made mistake in the past? Many. But still, why you are believing in scientists? It works. Although we have made so many mistakes, but still we are putting faith. Although it is in the field of science, many things are proven wrong, but still we put faith in the scientists. First we heard about, we began in our physics or chemistry book about the atomic theory. We began with Dalton's atomic theory, those who have read. Dalton's atomic theory. उसके बाद बोर्स, उसके बाद रदरफोर्ड, उसके बाद हाइजेनबर्ग्स अनसर्टेनिटी प्रिंसिपल, क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स. Every year it is said, okay, last time वाला ना थोड़ा गलत था, ये नया वर्जन आया है. And we accept it as advancement of science. We don't question it, because that is what is taught to us since the beginning of our childhood. And we are brainwashed since the beginning of our childhood that science deals with facts, religion deals with faith. It is not like that. Both deal with faith only. We put faith in scientists. How many of us have seen electron proton with our eyes? Still we believe it? Why? इतने बड़े-बड़े scientists झूठ थोड़ी ना बोल रहे होंगे. Although we know that many scientists, they have spoken lies. So far we have heard about black holes. Now the scientists say we doubt if there are anything called black holes. So many things. There is something called as Hubble's constant, the Hubble's variable. The value of Hubble's, earlier it was called as Hubble's constant. The value of this has changed so many times. Now they call it Hubble's variable. Another astrophysicist, John Wheeler, he said, don't run after a bus, a train, an astronomical theory, because in some time other one is coming. So, all these things are there, but specifically we are shown those things which are against spirituality and favor science. Actually, science is a tool. Previous scientists used this tool to prove the existence of God. Einstein, Newton, Heisenberg, and all the big scientists we have heard, Bohr, Ramanuja, Srinivas Ramanuja, Indian fellow, they all believed in God. And they did their research to prove that God is there. But now the scientific world is hijacked by atheistic scientists. They do all their experiments to prove that God is not there, which they'll never be able to do, because science just deals with gross matter. Spirituality is not gross matter. It is not even subtle matter. It is spiritual matter. Oxymoron. Spiritual substance. So if somebody asks, I don't believe in scriptures, first ask them, why you believe in scientists? Although scientists have made so many mistakes, still we believe it. And if we are putting faith in scriptures which have never changed and they have never been proven wrong any time so far. आज तक भगवत गीता का नया एडिशन नहीं आया है. बोले अभी नया एडिशन आया 701 श्लोक हुए हैं उसमें. No. And when we say that, बोले आप तो पुराने जमाने की बुक पढ़ते हो, हम तो नए जमाने की पढ़ रहे हैं, because we are updated version. Why should I read a book which keeps on changing every 3 years in the name of advancement? Unfortunately, our Vedic science was much more advanced than the modern science. There are n number of evidences. I can give a whole 2-3 घंटे का presentation दे सकते हैं उस पे. What was there in the Vedic times and what we have now, it is nothing. The Vedic times had much more knowledge, but unfortunately Mughals invaded, they destroyed. Britishers came. Mughals, they destroyed India physically, and Britishers, they destroyed India subtly. They destroyed our faith. Mughals destroyed our infrastructure, Britishers destroyed our faith by systematic propaganda, by destroying our faith in scriptures. Macaulay and Max Muller. When Britishers, they wanted to rule India, it is said that नालंदा यूनिवर्सिटी सुने आपने, तक्षशिला नालंदा का इतिहास लौट कर आएगा, भारत का स्वर्णिम गौरव, ऐसा गाते थे. Takshashila Nalanda had such a huge library. When Muhammad Ghazni, or Ghazni only, he attacked and destroyed that university, and that library he put on fire, and that library burnt for 3 months. So can you imagine what was the extent of manuscripts which were there in that library? 3 months, 6 months, 6 months. So when the knowledge is gone, now we are helpless. Now we can't defend our faith because we don't have scriptures left. So Mughals destroyed our infrastructure, and then Britishers came. They wanted to rule India, and they first sent a person called as Macaulay. He came and he studied India, and he published a report. I have seen I have traveled length and breadth of this country. I have seen so much of wealth, people of such high character, integrity. I have not seen a single beggar in this country. If we want to rule this country, we have to destroy their religious beliefs. And for that, we have to do 2 things. Destroy Gurukul and destroy their scriptures. So they systematically destroyed Gurukul by abolishing Sanskrit. Anybody who would study Sanskrit, they would not be given any recognition. And to destroy scriptures, they sent a person called as Max Muller. He came to India. He studied Sanskrit. Sanskrit is not easy language. One word in Sanskrit can mean many meanings. What's the meaning of Atma? Or?
Soul.
Udritatmana atmanam na atmanam.
Was Atma has 8 meanings in Sanskrit. Atma can mean body, mind, intelligence, senses, soul, consciousness, ego. अभी कौन से जगह पे कौन सा आत्मा का मीनिंग है कैसे पता चलेगा? We have to go to teachers. So Sanskrit is a very very refined language. Just to understand the grammar, आपने क्वेश्चन ऐसा पूछ दिया कि just to understand the grammar of Sanskrit it takes 12 years. 12 साल ग्रामर पढ़ेगा तो बाकी आगे कहाँ पढ़ेगा? तो अभी कोई ग्रामर नहीं पढ़ता है, कोई संस्कृत नहीं पढ़ता है. It is said that Sanskrit is the most refined language for coding, but nobody wants to learn it. So this person, he came, he started reading the scriptures according to his understanding, and he started misinterpreting it. One famous shlok we have heard, na? 5 things are considered to be impure. गीता कोर्स में हम हमेशा बोलते हैं उच्छिष्टम शिव निर्माल्यम वमनमृत कर्पतम काकविष्टा समायुक्तम पंचपूतानि भारत. 5 things are considered to be pure. चलिए आपके लिए पहेली है ये. Remnant of an animal pure. What is that? हाँ जी? नहीं. झूठा जानवरों का झूठा.
रेशम.
Milk. Unless the calf drinks the milk, the cow doesn't give. क्या हो गया? milk झूठा हुआ ना. Shiva Nirmalyam, that which is around Lord Shiva, that which is coming from Shiva. भूत पिशाची रहते हैं आजू बाजू. पवित्र है. कैसे पवित्र हो गया? शिव जी से क्या आ रही है? गंगा. Vamana, what is that which is vomit and pure? That is honey. Honeybee puts the honey in the mouth, again puts in that honeycomb. Pure hai. Cloth covering a dead body.
Silk.
That is silk. Silkworm weaves the cocoon and dies inside. That's the purest fabric. Silk. Cloth and the place which is covered with crow's stool. That is banyan people. So Max Muller, he studied such type of things and said, you foolish people, what are you reading? कुछ भी पढ़ रहे हो तुम लोग. Our scriptures are more advanced. You reject all this, you don't put faith in all these scriptures, we will give you higher knowledge. And they destroyed our faith. And now we ask questions कि भाई बराबर बोल रहे हैं, scriptures तो mythology हैं. So that's how, when people ask such questions, we should understand the history of our Vedic times. What was Vedic India? India was number 1 in GDP.
32 something.
33% was the GDP of India. अभी क्या है? It is all destroyed. So that's how, when the scriptures are the basis, spirituality is the basis, the world flourishes. Science has, अभी यहाँ पे थे, यहाँ पे गिर गए, अभी थोड़े इधर आए और हम बोल रहे हैं हम लोग कितना महान हो गए मालूम है, because we are taking shelter of science. But where were we? We were there. So that's how we have to understand this. Okay. हनुमान चालीसा में तो सहस्त्र युग योजन पर भानु लियो जानी तो मधुर फल जानू. सहस्त्र युग योजन मतलब उनको भी पता था कि अर्थ और सन का डिस्टेंस कितना है. That was science. Thank you. Any other questions? Oh, it is 9 o'clock. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. We'll have Kirtan for 5 minutes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jayo Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath Rama. Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. जय कलयुग पावन हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नमस्ते नरसिंहाय, प्रह्लादनादराय, हिरण्यकशिपूर्वक्षः, शीलचाङ्कानकालाय, ito नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा, यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा, बहिर्नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा, नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे, तव करकमलवरेणका अद्भुत दलिता हिरण्यकशिपो तनुभृङ्गा, केशवरीता नरहरिरूपा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। केशवनीता नरहरिरूपा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। जय नरसिंहदेव, 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 जय नरसिंहदेव, जय प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, जय प्रहलाद महाराज। जय जय प्रभुपाद, 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। निताय गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल। जय सर्व विघ्न विनाशक लक्ष्मी नरसिंह देव भगवान की जय, भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Anyone who has come for the first time today to our program?
There were two, they left.
Oh, okay, thank you. महाप्रसादे गोविंदे
महाप्रसादे गोविन्दे
नाम ब्राह्मणी वैष्णवे
नम ब्राह्मणी वैष्णवे
कल्पपुण्यावतमराजन्
सर्वपुत्रं राजन्
विश्वासुनैव जायते
विश्वासुने विजायते
शरीरा विद्याजा
शरीरा विद्याजा
जड़ेन्द्रियतहिका
इन्द्रियतहिका
जीवे फैले विषय सागरे
जीवे फैले विषय सागरे
धार मध्ये जीवाति
धार मध्ये जीवाति
लोभ माया सुदुर्मति
लोभ माया सुदुर्मति
ताके जेता कठिन संसारे
ताके जेता कठिन संसारे
कृष्ण बड़ा दयामय
कृष्ण बड़ा दयामय
परिवारे जीव जाय
जीव जा
प्रसाद अन्न दिलो भाव
प्रसाद दिलो
सैयन्नामृत पाओ
नामृत पाओ
राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ
राधा कृष्ण
रिमिड़ा को श्री चैतन्य निता
तो श्री चैतन्य नित्य
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
प्रभु नित्यानंद
प्रभु नित्यानंद
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे राम
हरे राम
राम हरे हरे
राम राम हरे हरे
जय श्री भगवत महाप्रसाद की जय
जय
We'd like to welcome Akshit Prabhu and his good friend, I forgot your name. Jiten Prabhu. After a long time, I think you've returned from London. So we welcome our Akshit Prabhu and his friend Jiten Prabhu. Again by traditionally, in our traditional style, by loudly chanting 3 times.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.